You ever get that feeling? You ever feel like guilty for taking a break? Like if you stop moving for just a second, everything you work for will disappear. That's that burnout myth. And honestly, it's been lying to you. And we back. And we back. And we back. And we back. Welcome to SAUNAIE, the podcast that helps you sweat out your fears and unlock your potential. I'm XO, and today we're breaking down something that every hustler, dreamer, and grinder faces. That's burnout. We live in a world that glorifies no days off, no breaks, stick to the grind. But what if that mindset is actually holding you back from your next breakthrough? Today, we're talking about the truth behind burnout, why rest isn't weakness, and how to recharge without losing that drive. I know we all go through it. And that's why I want to talk about this burnout epidemic. According to the 2024 Gallup study, 76% of professionals report feeling burned out at least sometimes. Okay. And 28% say they feel it often and always. Among entrepreneurs and creators like us, that number climbs to nearly 84%. That means 8 out of 10 people are grinding so hard, they're running on fumes. And you want to know what's worse? Most of them believe that slowing down equals falling behind. But here's the truth. Burnout isn't a badge of honor. It's a warning sign. If your body and mind are saying you're pushing too far without recovery, think of your energy like a battery if you never plugged it in. Even the most powerful phones die. So let's unpack that. It says 76% of professionals report feeling burned out at least sometimes. And I think that was me personally. Last year, I was just grinding. And I personally felt like, if I stop, I'll lose my momentum, or I'll fall behind, or I won't have that same energy, that same performance as I should. But what I've learned over time is like the breaks are necessary. They help you regroup, recharge, and replan, because we can't just continuously run. I know we saw the old Energizer Bunny commercial where they kept going and going, but we can't be like that. We're humans. We have to rest and recharge. That's why we have our sleep at night. And a lot of our, I want to say progress, or a lot of our healing happens when we're asleep. And then also, as I was talking about, 28% say they often and always feel that burnout. And sometimes you have to check with yourself. If you've been grinding, always constantly working nonstop, sun up, sun down, burning the midnight oil, it's like asking yourself and checking in with yourself and saying, how do I feel? Do I feel like I'm burnt out? Do I feel like I need a break? And there's nothing wrong with taking a break. You're not going to miss out. You'll gain more from taking that break and resting instead of reaching that burnout period. And the myth of constant motion. Society tells us, keep moving or you'll lose momentum. But that's not how momentum actually works. Momentum isn't about never stopping. It's about staying consistent over time. Take elite athletes. They don't train 24/7. They rest strategically so that their bodies can rebuild stronger. That's how you grow, by alternating between effort and recovery. And here's a fact from the World Health Organization. They officially recognize burnout as an occupational phenomenon. In 2019, describing it as chronic workplace stress that has not been successfully managed. Translation: it's not laziness that kills progress, it's the lack of recovery. And many of us tie our self-worth to productivity. If we're not working, we feel useless. But rest isn't about doing nothing. It's about doing the right thing for your future self. When you rest intentionally, you're not quitting, you're preparing. You're protecting your creativity, your clarity, and your longevity. So here's a simple reframe. Instead of asking, what happens if I stop? Ask, what could I gain if I rest well? But I also have them 3 steps for y'all. 3 steps to rest without losing that momentum. Number 1 will be schedule recovery like a meeting. You plan your work, so plan your recharge. Put rest blocks in your calendar and treat them as seriously as a business meeting. Number 2, redefine what rest looks like. Rest isn't just Netflix or sleep. It could be walking outside, journaling, meditating, or even cleaning your space. Anything that allows your mind to slow down and breathe. And the third and final one is reflect weekly. Every week, ask yourself, what drained me? What fueled me? This helps you spot burnout before it hits and keeps your energy aligned with your purpose. And understanding, like, rest is a skill. And that's the main thing. Implementing those rests within your schedules. We all like to keep our schedules busy with work, play, family, but what about that time for yourself to rest and recharge? It can't just always be when you're asleep. It has to be time where you take out, like, okay, I need 30 minutes or I need an hour on this day to rest and recharge from a workout, from a business meeting, from spending time with family. It's understanding you always need that time for yourself so that you don't get burned out or overwhelmed. Burnout happens when your output exceeds your input for too long. Learning how to rest and truly rest is a skill. One of the most successful people in the world mastered early. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is pause. So, as you move through this week, ask yourself, are you moving with intention or just moving to avoid feeling still? Because the one who masters balance, they don't burn out, they burn bright. With that being said, this is SAUNAIE. And if you took value from today's episode, share it with someone who's been running on empty. Let's normalize resting with a purpose. And man, I know these shows have been very impactful. I've been looking like they've been 10-minute shows, but I'm getting straight to the point with you guys. And I'm very grateful for that because I feel like I put a lot of knowledge within each episode. I do a lot of research, and I'm grateful for everybody that listening, that tunes in, that shares, that reviews. Without y'all, none of this is possible. And we on episode 7, headed to episode 8 of our Q4 motivational series. And episode 8, I'm gonna give y'all a sneak peek. Next week, we're diving into the comeback code, how to rebuild after a setback. Because everyone falls, but not everyone gets back up the same way. With that being said, check on yourself, rest, recharge, set them breaks, be strategic about it. You need that rest time. You don't want to burn out. I know how it is. I was like that last year, just burned out, where my mind was just like, yo, I don't want to do nothing. So set those rest periods for yourself. Take that time for yourself. And that's what truly matters. With that being said, I'll see y'all next week on SAUNAIE.